I didn't plan for it, but there was a moment that I realized why I always felt so scattered. I was doing everything right. I thought I was doing everything right. I was working full time. I was taking care of the kids, taking care of my home, my family, showing up for them every day, every single day. But it seems like I still felt behind. Still felt behind. And it wasn't until I actually hit a wall that I couldn't push through anymore that I realized a hard truth, that I wasn't scattered for the reasons that I thought that I was scattered. But at that time in my life, I really believed that if I could just manage my time better, everything would finally just, you know what, it would just fall into place the way I wanted it to be and needed it to be. So I tried everything, the planners, the time blocking, waking up early, which all of that is good, but I was doing my best to get it all together. But deep down inside, I was overwhelmed. I was mentally exhausted, and honestly, I was frustrated. Very frustrated, silently frustrated. And then one day I remember sitting there completely drained, and I had this thought. I thought about this. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm doing so much, but still I'm getting nowhere? I'm still in the same spot, in the same position. And that question changed everything for me, you guys. It changed a lot for me. Looking back now, I can see how much I was trying to manage everything. I was saying yes to just absolutely too much. Carrying responsibilities that wasn't even mine to carry, trying to be everything for everybody. But what I didn't realize was this. I wasn't struggling with time. I was struggling with carrying too much. And some of what I was carrying, God really never asked me to carry it. He didn't ask me to carry those things. I was carrying it on my own. And at that moment, it made me begin to rethink everything. And I started to realize not everything on my plate was my assignment. Some of it came from pressure. Some of it came from expectations and guilt. And honestly, habits that I had formed. And that shift gave me permission to do something that I had never really done before. I had to begin to release what wasn't mine. And I'm telling you, this is where everything for me started to change. Everything for me started to change. Now, let me be real. Everything didn't happen overnight. Everything didn't become perfect overnight, you guys. But it did become different. That's what I love. I stopped trying to manage everything, and I started asking God, what is actually mine to carry today? And when I started living like that, I had more peace and so much more clarity and honestly, more energy. And here's what I know now that I didn't know then. You don't feel scattered because you're not disciplined. You feel scattered because you're carrying absolutely too much, mama. There's a scripture that says, each one should carry their own load. Galatians 6:5, and it says, meaning you should be responsible for your own, not everything, not everyone else's expectations, but just what God has actually assigned to you, those responsibilities and expectations. And when you start living from that place, everything in your life will begin to shift. Everything in your life will begin to shift when you start living from that place, from that position. I wasn't scattered because I lack discipline. I was scattered because I was carrying what God never assigned for me to carry. Maybe you're in that place right now. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling stretched, and you're trying your very best. And you're wondering, why is it that it still feels like just too much? But I want you to know this. Transformation doesn't always start big. Sometimes it starts with a moment. A new awareness, maybe, a different question, and just maybe a small shift. And if this spoke to you, I want you to know that I created something to help walk you through this process. It's called the Small Stones Guide. And it will help you to identify what's weighing you down and release what God never asked you to carry. The link is going to be below. And in the next video, I'm going to help you to figure out what is yours to carry, because that's where your peace really, that's where your peace and my peace really begins. Yes, I will see you in the next video.